This is intake, this is Operation Sportswagon, this is my new beer holder. This is delicious. And this is our local exhaust shop. Well, that was exhausting. So anyway, we're here today to put on our new exhaust, and here's a part of it. 83 bucks from Yahoo Auctions. Make Operation Sportswagon sound like the WRX 911 that it truly is. And I've been told by the guy inside that this is going to be about a 3-beer job. There's going to be a lot of talk of flanges today. That doesn't disappoint me at all. Flange-tastic. I reckon I dragged these beers out just by starting them before I start the project. Like really, if I didn't start this beer until we started what we were doing, it'd probably be a 2-beer job. This one's nearly gone. What is the first thing that people think of when they think Subarus? Backwards hats? No. Vaping? No. STIs? Not those type of STIs. It is the awesome burble of the Boxer exhaust noise. It sounds exactly like a Porsche 911 Turbo Carrera without the whistle from the turbo, because this one is naturally aspirated. Today we are here at Currumborough Exhaust, our local exhaust shop, with my mate Aaron, who's going to help us fit our new $83 Yahoo Auction exhaust muffler section onto the rear of this, but he's also going to make up a new midsection so that this thing sounds exactly like the FT86 Toyota Subaru GT, whatever the fuck that car is that Nick drives and many other people out there, but better, the race version of that car for grown-ups. Don't ask about these, stitches get bitches. As always, we aren't here to fuck spiders, so let's get the fuck into it. Exhaust. This is exhausting. I tell you what, it's been a long time since I've put my lips to a flange like this before. Holding this up is exhausting. There we go. That's how you fuck that off. Even the car parts vape. So we're just about ready to fuck this right off, except we've got to sort of replicate this bit at the top here. So what we're going to do is just put it aside gently for the time being. It's actually probably a good thing we're fucking this right off, because this is rusted. Put my beer over there so I don't spill it. We haven't spilt a beer in a couple of episodes. They really want to do it all over your workshop floor though. Going with the all right. You got a bin? We can fuck this right off to?
Yeah, back.
Let's go fuck it off.
Just that.
Come with me. Fucked that right off. As is tradition on the internet and on YouTube videos, the exhaust is off the car, which means we have to go and start the car and rev the fuck out of it. Whew. Let's just leave it like that. Fuck the exhaust right off. Sounds fucking awesome. So that's how Subarus sound without an exhaust system. Fucking amazing. Like a Porsche, but better. So one thing we've learned about this so far, and there's going to be some people out there that sort of disagree with us, but we can leave the tow bar on here, which is awesome, because that means with the almighty power that is the H6, we can tow Project Z on here. Now, I thought that the bigger muffler is not going to fit, but this tow bar is sort of made so that you can still increase your muffler size and leave the tow bar on board. My old Outback, I had to sort of fuck that right off to be able to fit the cannon on the back. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm also pretty happy just with the way the car sounds. Imagine just driving around without the exhaust on. People would be like, what the fuck is that? Doesn't sound like a Subaru. I'd be quite happy just to drive out now. Sacrifice the $83 for that muffler. just go for a drive. But unfortunately, I can't. Got to go put this muffler on. Shit, it'll sound good. Not as good, still good. And as with all our project cars, there's a bolt here that is doing nothing. It's like Subaru had their apprentice on for the day and just said, just stick a bolt in it. And he really has just lodged a bolt in here. It's for no I'm going to get something to belt that out with. Oh, you know what's done? Someone's put that in there to stop the bloody heat shield from rattling. That's what's happened. That's ridiculous. Is a job worth doing? It's doing it shit. I can't get that out, it's stuck in there. Well, it has stopped the heat shield from rattling. I haven't seen that kind of expansion since the birth of my third child. It's incredible. Yeah, it'll melt.
Can't stretch that rubber that far.
Stretch the rubber, don't break it though. This is not a tool I've seen before. Oh, that's better. Now, do we need to do the same on the other side because it's not sitting centre? There's a man after my own heart when he's chasing a hammer to bash something into position. Fantastic. It looks awesome though, doesn't it? Really. Watch all the rust fall out of it. That looks good. Sits near centre.
That's better.
Yeah. So we've got our fake exhaust tip on now. We dumped it at the midsection and we're ready to just get out of here. Is what I'd like to do, but what we're really going to do is put the new middle in. So now that the exhaust flange is in position, he's just tacking it into position so it stays there. Then we can remove that later on, make up the midsection, and this really is just the tip of the iceberg. So the reason why we've cut that flange off is because it was reduced to 2¼ inch pipe for the midsection. We're going to run a 2½ inch pipe from the cats all the way to this rear tip, that rear flange. So the rear section is going to be 3. We didn't want to do a 3 inch, it'd just be too drony. So that's why we've had to cut that original flange off, expand the pipe out to 2½ inch and weld the 2½ inch flange onto the rear section of the exhaust. And now that I've got that out of the way, I'm going to have a second beer. We're about a third of the way, 2/3 of the way through the job, maybe, I don't know. This might end up being a 4 beer job. I won't be driving home. Because if you drink and drive, you're a dickhead. I just thought of something. I've said flange a lot in this episode, and there's probably people watching at home with their missus going, geez, that just sounds annoying and vulgar, even though it's just a word. The only thing that's really going to upset people more is if we said moist at the same time. It's just another word, but like for some reason you put moist and flange together, it's just like, oh, that's so horrible. Moist flange. So is that tip done? So that stays, this is the final mount. Or does it come off again?
No, this should be right.
This is the final mount. The final mount down. I had my final mount like when my wife got pregnant with the third child. So that'd be hot as fuck. I don't know how he does that without gloves. His hands must be made of calluses. He's been doing it 7.5 years. Oh, he's had this place 7.5 years. Probably been doing it for 15 years. callous hands to avoid the heat. Isn't that hot?
No.
Isn't that hot?
Not with asbestos fingers, it's not.
There you go, asbestos fingers. Asbestos fingers. Fucking hell. And that's how you clean the flange. So does that section not need any gaskets or goo or anything like that on
It's got
there?
a built-in gasket.
Because that's that
That's
ball.
what they call a ball flange, yeah.
This will come and hold this here.
I do.
Give it a little bit of a kink there.
Sounds kinky.
So I just need to get this to know
That's what she said.
I'll tell you what, if it's that long.
The elephant man. That was a different type of elephant man. So, just in keeping with today's theme, we've already talked about the flange, and here's the shaft. And this is our new exhaust. So installation is, of course, the reverse of removal. So when we removed it, we undid some bolts, we cut off a flange. So we got to we got to put a flange on and do some bolt. We didn't do any bends. Really is one of those jobs you can't do in the home garage. So kinky.
We're about to tack it all on and should be sweet. And we weld it up.
So tack it on, well, we tack it on one side, tack it on the other side, bring it down to the ground, and then like start it up and rev the fuck out of it.
Pretty much.
That sounds like a plan. Now I'm halfway through the second beer. You said this is going to be a 3 beer job, so
Well, I better hurry up.
we're on schedule.
Oh, well, I think we are.
Awesome. So now that we've finished with this midsection, we can just fuck that off. Come with me. And that's how you fuck that off. Tacking! So I held the front, and now apparently my work's done here, so that's pretty good. I feel like I'm really making a difference. Am I helping or hindering today?
Oh, no, you're helping.
Helping? Good.
Yeah.
So we've got our new midsection ready to go back in the car, and I'm going to put that back in. I'm going to help to put that back in when it's not quite hot, because I'll burn my fingers. Now, we've got some ugly little bends here because they don't do fuck all to this exhaust. Because this car is there purely to sound awesome like a Porsche, and it'll just go like one anyway because that's how they go. Because I think Subaru is actually Japanese for Porsche. That's what it translates to. It's the Japanese Porsche version. You know, like China replicates everything. Well, Subaru was like, oh, we'll just take that Porsche brand and just translate it. That's it. So that's why it's got a Porsche motor. H6, flat 6. That's it. So these do fuck all.
Pretty much.
And the air will just come in.
Other way.
Other way. Whoosh, and make the fart noise out the back.
The double kink would have more effect than that little misalignment.
This
That bit there would have greater effect than the little bit of...
because the air's like, oh, I want to go that way, but it goes that way and it's got to change directions again. So it's like a woman.
Oh, absolutely. Changes directions every 5 seconds.
Yep. There you go. Air is like women.
And has a couple of flanges. Never gets old.
Yeah, right, just like that, and it's in line, just like that. And now, we're ready for the installation. As I said before, installation is always reverse of removal. And it is nice and cold now, it's not too hot. So on the ball joint first, that'll hold that up right, should. Oh,
Sit your back.
beautiful.
Nut started for it.
Oh, I like it when someone starts with nuts.
Second.
Now you just come into this place.
Yeah.
You take
But I'm
over.
a tool maker before I ever got engineering background, so
Well, that's good because my wife just says I'm a tool.
it's probably close.
Yeah, I think she's spoiling the money there.
That's all she likes you for anyway.
I like these
Not
things.
too many ooga-doogas this time, though.
Make sure it's talked to spec. Now, is there an order that I have to do these? Oh, hello.
Yeah, just crank those ones up a little bit.
Because I can't really. Oh, no. This is fun. Now, just remember, for those not playing along at home, you always talk to spec.
Don't get too far, you break it.
Oh, I don't want to
They're
break
only
it.
little bolts.
Right, so they're done up. Back to this.
Back one. But you can't get a bolt gun on.
You need the.
No, just a different size.
Oh, right.
That's all good. Yours is for holding little nuts, mate. This one, you can bang that one to
Oh, that's the.
You can ooga the hell out of that one.
How many ooga-doos?
Oh, as many as you want. You won't break that.
That's fun. And that's how you install a exhaust system on a 2003 WRX 911 or the Subaru Outback for the layman out there. There's only one thing to do now, and that's start the thing up and rev the fuck out of it. Sounds awesome. This is better than any Toyota 86. I think it just come in the pants. You know what's nice? It's not too loud on idle.
No, it's actually not that bad. With the shit that cracks,
Fuck yeah.
that's gonna say a bit of a drive-by, man.
Let's do a drive-by.
Of course.
Start turning now.
That sounds so cool. So, just waiting for the first time for me to hear the WRX 911. I think this is it. That's bullshit. That sounds awesome.
Hey, fucking cracks.
So that is how you install an exhaust system on a WRX 911. So that brings us to the end of another episode of Intake. If you guys liked what you saw here, don't forget to hit the like, comment, subscribe, bell, notification, all those buttons that you're offered. It's the internet, you're offered so many buttons, free porn, spam, all those things, but click the buttons that matter to us. We really appreciate the feedback from you guys, so comment below and I will comment some witty banter back to you. I want to thank Aaron at Currumborough Exhaust here, our local exhaust shop, for helping us fit the Subaru WRX Porsche 911's exhaust system and make up the new midsection. Sounds unreal. It's really loud. I like really loud exhausts. Who doesn't? If you don't, then you're not really a car person, I guess, are you? So thanks to Currumborough Exhaust here. I'm going to go and just drive this thing around for a bit. It was a 2-beer job, not a 3-beer job. I was lied to. I've got to go home and have a couple of beers, but first we'll drive it around, just rev the tits off it. Make sure the engine doesn't blow up, I guess. It was smoking a little bit before, got a bit hot under the collar. Really drove it a bit hard, like all sports cars should be. Now it's got a moist flange.